6 phrases women use when cheating. Don't miss these signs. Did you know that 85% of men are unaware of being cheated on? This figure might seem shocking, but it reflects a harsh reality that many couples experience. Look, I've been doing this a long time, and I can tell you that not being aware of the signs of infidelity can lead to the collapse of relationships that could have been successful and flourishing. It's like building a house on sand. You might not see the problem at first, but believe me, the foundation is shaky. Now, I'm not telling you this to scare you, but to wake you up. You deserve to be in a relationship where you feel secure, respected, and loved. That's why in this video, I'm going to share some valuable information that can help you better understand what's happening around you, and more importantly, equip you with the tools needed to deal with anything you might face. Before we dive deeper into this, let me ask you, do you want to improve your romantic life? Are you seeking a deeper understanding of relationship dynamics and how to avoid common mistakes that could lead to separation? If so, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos filled with tips that can transform your romantic life for the better. Now let's talk about the first phrase that should raise a red flag. He understands me very well. Look, it's natural for your partner to have friends and acquaintances, both male and female. But if you notice her talking frequently about someone else with a certain level of admiration and appreciation, this is a sign you should take seriously. Phrases like, "He's always there when I need to talk," or "He gets me in a way you don't," might seem innocent on the surface, but often they reflect a deeper emotional connection she's developing with that person. It's like she's building an emotional rapport with someone else, and that's dangerous territory. You might find her constantly focusing on his positive qualities, his sense of humor, his career success, even the way he makes her feel understood. And before you know it, she's comparing you to him, often without even realizing it. This kind of comparison is toxic for any relationship. Remember, a healthy relationship thrives on mutual admiration and respect. When your partner starts seeking validation and understanding from someone outside the relationship, it's time to take a step back and ask yourself some tough questions. What's missing in your relationship that she's finding elsewhere? Don't ignore these signs. They might be subtle, but they can be powerful indicators of a deeper issue brewing beneath the surface. The second phrase that should catch your attention is, "I'm just going out with friends." Now, everyone needs their own space and time with friends, and it's crucial for a healthy relationship. But when this seemingly innocent excuse becomes noticeably frequent, or you observe inconsistencies in her stories about these outings, it might be time to pause and reflect. Here's the thing. It's possible that these innocent outings with friends are actually veiled meetings with someone else. She might be using this excuse to cover up secret dates, late-night encounters, or even just time spent texting and flirting with someone else. Pay attention to the details. Does she seem evasive about who she's going out with or where they're going? Does she come back smelling of a different cologne or with her hair and makeup done differently than usual? These might seem like small, insignificant details, but trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't be afraid to ask her direct questions about these outings. A faithful partner who has nothing to hide will be open and honest about their whereabouts. Let's be honest, everyone needs a little space sometimes, but when your partner suddenly drops the bomb and says, "I need more space," it's like a punch to the gut. And the thing is, sometimes it's not you, it's them, but sometimes it's a big, fat, hairy sign they're stepping out. Here's the deal. Asking for space in a relationship can be normal and healthy. We all need time to recharge, pursue individual interests, and miss each other a little. But when it's requested suddenly, frequently, or without a clear reason, there might be another reason behind it. Think about it. If she's suddenly craving independence and pulling away emotionally, she might be creating space for someone else to step in. It's like she's making room on her dance card and you're not invited to this party. Pay attention to her behavior. Is she spending more time on her phone, avoiding eye contact, or seeming distant and withdrawn? These could be signs that her heart is somewhere else. Chapter 4. I'm working late. Another classic line in the cheater's playbook is, "I'm working late." Now, I'm all for a strong work ethic, but let's be real. This excuse is one of the oldest tricks in the book when it comes to hiding a secret relationship. Sure, sometimes deadlines pile up and projects demand extra hours. But if this phrase becomes a constant refrain in your relationship, and you notice her work schedule conveniently aligning with her sudden need for space, it's time to dig a little deeper. Think about it. Is her job really that demanding all of a sudden? Is she suddenly putting in more hours than usual, especially on weekends or evenings? These could be signs that her work involves someone a little too close for comfort. Don't be afraid to ask some questions about her workload and pay attention to her responses. Does she get defensive, evasive, or provide vague details? A faithful partner will understand your concerns and be willing to talk openly about their work-life balance. Chapter 5. We need time apart. Now this phrase right here, "we need time apart," is a real doozy. This one's not for the faint of heart because it often signals a relationship on the brink. It's like hitting a major pothole on the road of love, and you're not sure if you're going to make it out unscathed. Look, taking a break can sometimes be a healthy way to work through issues and gain perspective. But here's the catch. When this break is requested suddenly, without a clear reason, or with a laundry list of vague complaints, it might be a strategic maneuver to create physical and emotional distance, giving her the freedom to explore another relationship without the burden of guilt. It's like she's putting your relationship on a temporary hold while she auditions for a new lead role, and you're left wondering if you'll ever get your part back. This kind of request is a clear indication of deeper issues that need immediate addressing. Don't sweep them under the rug or pretend they don't exist. Chapter 6. I'm just tired. The final phrase we're going to dissect is a bit more subtle, but it can be just as telling. I'm just tired. Now, we all have those days when we're dragging our feet and can barely keep our eyes open. But when this excuse becomes a constant refrain in the bedroom, it's time to pay attention. Here's the deal. Fatigue may be an innocent excuse, but it could also be a convenient way to escape intimate moments or avoid emotional interaction. Think about it. If she consistently deflects your advances with the tired excuse, it could be a sign of something deeper going on. It's like she's building an invisible wall in the bedroom, and intimacy is the first casualty. This lack of affection and physical connection can be a major red flag, especially if it's a sudden change in her behavior. Now, I'm not saying that every instance of fatigue means she's cheating, but if it becomes a recurring pattern, it's worth exploring other possibilities. We've covered 6 common phrases that might indicate your partner's infidelity, but remember, these are just potential red flags, not concrete evidence. The goal here isn't to jump to conclusions and start accusing her, but to be aware of these signs and address them in a healthy, productive way. So how can you uncover the truth? Don't rush to make judgments. Instead, try opening a sincere dialogue with your partner to understand the real reasons behind these behaviors. Communication is key in any relationship, and it's especially important when you're feeling insecure or suspicious. What should you do if you feel betrayed? The most important thing is to stay calm and approach the situation wisely. You should rely on observations and facts, not on unconfirmed assumptions or doubts. Open and honest communication is the key to solving any problem in a relationship. In the second half of this video, we will track how to deal with these signs, how to gather evidence, and how to act wisely to maintain the relationship's stability or make the right decision if infidelity is discovered. If you enjoyed this type of content, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Welcome back. Now that we've reviewed the first half, let's continue and focus on how to deal with these signs in a conscious and wise way. It's important to remember that the goal isn't to react emotionally or make hasty decisions, but to understand the situation fully and take measured steps. How can you confirm your suspicions? Confirming infidelity requires patience and careful observation. Here are some steps you can follow. First, analyze the behaviors and changes. If you notice frequent use of one of the previously mentioned phrases or sudden changes in her habits, such as constantly being busy or spending long hours outside the home, try to understand the reasons behind it. There may be innocent reasons, but sudden change deserves attention. Second, stay calm. Suspicion may be disturbing, but it doesn't mean you should act impulsively. Remain calm and carefully observe the situation. Overreacting can complicate matters and make open conversation more difficult. Third, open and honest dialogue. Communication is the foundation of any successful relationship. If you feel there's a problem, don't hesitate to discuss it with your partner. Choose the right time and place, and start the conversation in a calm, non-accusatory way. For example, you can say, "I've noticed you've been asking for more space lately, and I want to understand why. Is there something we can talk about?" Handling the situation based on the results. 1. If it turns out your suspicions were wrong, if you were mistaken about your doubts, it's important to apologize and clarify that you were just worried about the relationship. Use this opportunity to strengthen the trust between you and build better communication in the future. 2. If infidelity is confirmed, discovering infidelity isn't easy, but it requires you to handle it wisely. It might be best to seek relationship counseling or talk to a trusted person to get advice.